Okay, and welcome back to Cobalt's Couch. This week I'm joined by Brett, Ivan, and Soul Crusher. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, excited to be here for first time.
Hello.
So we're going
Let's
to be
do this.
discussing a few things, particularly the recent Acceleron race and next week's couple races. First up, Power Pipes got his invite, so that's pretty cool. I don't think I think some people might have written off Power Pipes just because, yes, he's been doing well, but he hasn't particularly been winning. He got his straight invite pretty early on, though.
He completely deserved the invite on this one. He was straight up killing the times.
Time trials were nuts.
Yeah.
We were saying, the only way he loses is if he has incredible misfortune, which he managed to avoid.
Yeah.
But it was, I think a lot of people went into it knowing that unless something crazy happens...
Misfortune is the key factor here. In all the trainings, everything went fine. And you're somewhere in the podium. But the real race, misfortune hits you, it's GG, well played. No recovery, nothing possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And obviously with how intense everything has been all season, a lot of that has been happening. There's been a lot of... Doesn't matter how good the driver is, if they have an accident at some point, they're going to fall behind, and they're not going to be able to catch up because everyone else is just as good. We are seeing the same people consistently topping the races, or consistently at the top of the leaderboard. It's just a matter of they're the ones that are making the least mistakes overall, because we are seeing these people win a race and then the following race they'll finish further down in the pack because they just had an unfortunate time the next race. Miku, for example.
Yeah. I don't remember what misfortune Miku had, but...
There was a few for this one. I'm still editing, so I haven't watched everything on this race, but I've watched a couple of the perspectives the whole way through, and a lot of people did just get caught up in stuff. I think no one had it worse than Bread, getting reset to the starting line twice.
Ouch.
That was rough.
The second one is on me because I didn't get all the way across the checkpoint.
Yeah.
But the first one, the car just hit the ground and then barrel rolled for just no reason.
Yeah.
It just popped up in the air and rolled, and I was, at that point you're like, you don't want to do nothing, you want to be proactive. So I just respawned and was like, I guess to get at least to get a pip. Pip if I respawn, and I can roll down the ramp and get momentum. But I was just trying desperately to make up any time and missed it.
And because you've just lost so much time restarting back to the start of the race, obviously you're going to cut that first corner more tight because you're trying to make up for lost time. You're trying, at that point, the rest of your race, you can't just drive safe anymore. You can't just do the safest lines or the most consistent lines. At that point, you now need to do the most dangerous lines. You need to take every opportunity you can to make time where you've never made time before. Yeah. And obviously that's where mistakes come in. Yeah, and that's when more mistakes will come in.
Yep.
And then,
feel-
Sol, you had one of the most spectacular crashes to watch. Right at the
What?
start, right at the start, you're flying along. You're about to take first. You're in first place or something, and then a bone shot comes out of nowhere, and just cleans you up.
Yeah, you just hear the guitar riff, and then bam, and then appears out of nowhere, spears me out of the sky into the pile of other cars, and I was like,
Oh no.
dude, I was like, what is happening here?
All
In
right.
all the trainings, it did not happen, and it
Yeah.
had to happen in the real race.
I mean, you put 12
Honestly.
people flying off that start, all desperate to win the race. There's gonna be collisions, and there was so many. I think there was three or so cars that got wrecked at the start right there.
You know,
And it's just
I.
hard to recover.
I'm pretty sure that then Mirasan is going to make some sort of edit like, watch out, here comes John Cena! You know, like
From the top rope with a steel chair.
See, the crazy thing is if he's gonna make that edit, it's gonna be right.
Watch out, watch out, watch out! And his name is John Cena!
Now.
Uh,
And then
Yeah.
there you go. Because we've got him editing these now, so this is cool.
yeah.
He's going above and beyond. All right, I want to move on to console guys first. We will discuss more on Acceleron League, but console guys are back. They had 3 weeks on and they had a week off, and it feels like they've been off forever for this 1 week. What track are we on for consoles?
It is Luck and Loaded.
Luck and Loaded. This is a bizarre track. No one was ready for this. When it got announced, no one was expecting this track. It just come out of nowhere, and it's got modules that people were not ready for. People are so not ready for this. They don't even own the modules, and some of them just can't even do practice on it, which has been a bit rough. It's like the first time this has genuinely come up where someone hasn't been able to practice due to modules, which it surprises me, especially Dandoob. I could have sworn that he's had this game long enough to have all the modules and stuff, but I guess not. He has all the cars.
Yeah, we do have some PC players who have the same issue, like Alpha.
Yep.
She doesn't have all the modules.
And Joda.
Oh yeah.
Joda's quite well known for it. And because he's on 2 systems, he also doesn't have it on Xbox.
I mean, there's a Steam Spring Sale while we are talking. Just, use some monies.
No. Wait. We're not.
No, hold it.
We don't want to give money to Milestone. What the hell? No.
They still haven't apologized for recent fiascos. I'm not giving them a dime.
Oh, I see. I understand.
At this point, unless Milestone's going to be providing some sort of content, they don't deserve a cent.
Agreed. I was thinking about them and not Milestone, by the way. So they can train and stuff.
So next season, we're hoping to bring in some sort of rule that is like if you make something with modules that are paid DLC, you'd have to make a version of the track that doesn't have those modules, so people can at least practice on it.
Yeah, because someone did that already, right?
I think so.
I don't remember which track it was.
I think one track did have that. Yeah, it had a non. Module version that people could practice on, which is really cool. I really like that. So we want to look at the lineup for PlayStation here. We've got quite a few people that still need their invites. Like only 4 people on PlayStation have a finale invite of the 6 that have been offered. Dasher, Paul, Pickles, and RMD have just made top 4 in every single race, or top 3 in every single race. And there's very few invites going out to those like top spots. Like at the moment, the last like 3 races have been completely podiumed by those 4 drivers. So no one else has even been able to get a qualifier invite, let alone a finale invite.
I mean, it's fine. Like, you have to earn the spot, so, you have to beat them, like, the strong drivers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some sort of incentive for those that have not qualified yet to get even better.
Yeah.
And if you earn that spot, you truly did earn it because of hard work, so, yeah. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
And even with that, I don't know if you plan on maybe doing some sort of race if uh, more finale invites are needed with only the people who haven't
No.
got an invite already.
But
No,
that
that's
would
what
be
the qualifiers
weird.
for. Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
qualifiers for.
Hmm.
We might be expanding the invite range for the qualifier. We've put that to a community vote. I think most people are pretty
Oh
much
yeah.
for it. Is for that to go down to fourth place, so people that have finished fourth will have a qualifier invite where none has been given out. But we're only going as far as one extra position, and it's only for the qualifier,
Yeah.
not the actual finale. So you can still gatekeep
Yeah.
those finale invites just as easy. But if we look at this track, is there anyone that on PlayStation that we think is going to beat, the big four? Like Buttons and Fidestic are two major contenders, and even Dandu this season has become a contender.
the PC workout pays off.
It really
Yeah.
seems to have. Like, I'm fearful for what happens to Bread because, like, he's doing the same thing. You put one of these console
Look at
drivers.
Miku.
You take one of the worst PlayStation drivers, put him in PC League. He loses every race and then comes back into PlayStation League
And gets her.
like Rock Lee taking off the leg weights all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now we're
Like,
doing the same thing with Bread, except he's not the worst Xbox driver. He's one of the best Xbox drivers.
I just want to add to that. Miku got humbled by PC players. I remember when Miku was back in Xbox and,
Yeah.
like all bragging like I'm the best Xbox player, blah blah. Like back in season 2, one time Miku fought me in a 1v1. The score was 5-1 for me, and Miku got humbled really hard.
Pathetic.
And then continued to get better and better and stronger.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We also did see this in
Miku now.
season 2. Miku and Joda
Mm.
dominated the season, whereas on PC, I mean, obviously they're both great drivers on PC anyway. Just they didn't dominate anywhere near as hard as they did on Xbox. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see Bread, because Bread here on PC, his first race on PC, he finished 12th.
It's
Which
awful.
is a bit of a contrast to his normal podium finishes on Xbox. And I wonder if we're going to see like that same dramatic jump in improvement from him over the season as he races with the PC guys more. Which is going to suck for the Xbox players.
He has great potential.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It was really disappointing. My only real goal with that first, with the first race here in Acceleron was to just represent Xbox in like the current Xbox community in a decent way. I wasn't expecting to be like, fighting for a win or anything. I didn't get as much time to practice because things came together late. So I was just like, if I can just be competitive, but this is like the worst possible way to kick it off. I'm so disappointed.
It was unfortunate too in the fact that the race got reset. So you did.
Yeah. So
you were in like the top 3, and then the race got reset.
I was leading through the first couple corners and was passed by your usual, the people who ended up like 1-2. I think it was, I know Power Pipes passed me, and I want to say it was Kami was the other one who got ahead of me before we had to reset. And I was really bummed because I was off to a really good start there, and what could have been, I don't know. But yeah.
Same.
So yeah, I think Buttons, Fidestic, and Dandu were all possible contenders for making top 3, so they could get that finale invite. But it's just so hard because that means you have to beat 2 of the big 4 for PlayStation. And I think that's just too difficult. It's too much to ask someone. Fidestic has had a horrible crash every race this season. So he just needs a race where he doesn't crash. He's in a fast enough car. He should be fine.
Yeah, he's in the BMW M3, dude. Like, he has to get the invite.
Every race this season on PlayStation has been won by either a Corvette or a Power Rocket.
Yep. I got to race this track a bit. I've been practicing it. I actually have the modules, so I've helped get some of the Xbox guys in to practice.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a race with a lot of crashes again. They like to take away walls in corners where you need to really maximize speed. So I think precision is going to be really important here. So I think someone like Bedestic is going to have to try to not get into trouble again in order to get into the top 4.
His car has good handling, so if precision is something he needs, then it's Also bar boost. Dandup with his bar boost twin mode could go for precision runs.
I feel like it's not going to go... Oh, yeah. Although the downside to that is it's still bar boost, and this track does have a lot of big straights where you don't want bar boost on.
I think a couple of the corners will be better for bar boost because of the way that they flow. Boost pads are a little bit further apart in a couple corners, and it messes with your turning radius. I think you can control that a bit better
you can
with the bar boost.
Yeah.
But
also,
with the long straights, you're right.
Lucky for Dan, his twin wheel STH has a great straight line speed, so...
It does,
Yeah.
Alright, and
Really
then...
compensates.
On Xbox, it's gonna be... This is gonna be
Xbox is gonna be wild.
This has got to be Gunner's race, right? Come on.
No, absolutely not. Have you heard some of the rumors about people racing Xbox this week?
No.
Who is going to race
isn't he?
Tell us.
Den Mirison.
Yes, I am.
Sounds like Den Mirison's racing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miku has been threatening to race for quite a while, so I don't know if he's going to.
I can confirm Miku because Miku asked me if Miku can race on Xbox, and I allowed Miku to do that.
So let's take Den, Miku, maybe Joda. I don't know.
Joda's not a threat on Xbox.
In Dream Camper.
He's in Dream Camper, so he's not a threat.
Roro is expected to be there. Visor is expected to be there. So it's Gunner's gonna have his hands full. It's gonna be really hard. I'm probably one of the only big Xbox guys who isn't gonna be there.
Like Roro and Visor are not people he has to beat. Gunner doesn't have to beat those guys. They can come first, second. It doesn't matter. He only has to beat everyone.
If Den and Miku are 1-2, and then one of Visor or Roro is third and or fourth, it puts Gunner out.
Yeah, I guess, but
it's gonna be tough.
I feel like as much as Den and Miku are strong drivers, they're playing in the Xbox League on an Xbox track. I think the Xbox guys will have that home advantage that Den has never, Den's only just raced this track for the first time through training. I don't think Miku has much experience on it either. And Miku's going to be lucky to get in. Look at that seating. Oh my god. We're going to have so many people showing up here. It's going to be hard for Den and Miku to actually get in if enough people show up. Same with the 6
we had to call in reinforcements for Tunnel Run though. Tunnel Run 2, we had 4 or 5 people, and I literally was like, "Hey,
yeah, that's the only reason I raced that one. I wasn't even gonna race, and then I was told there was only 4 people, and I'm like, "Hey, I might get an invite out of this. I'm going for it." And then 7 more people showed up.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people show up last second. I think Acceleron was last second. Maurice popped in at the last moment, and you popped in at the last moment, and Maurice walked away with an invite.
Yeah, which is great to see. The race started 10-15 minutes late because I was dealing with problems between Street and Acceleron, and then suddenly, after dealing with all those problems and the race starting late, I was still able to swap over and do this race here. But yeah, so I really want Gunner to be able to get in, or at least get his qualifier invite. One of those two things would be nice. I think Gore and Charlotte both have their qualifier invite, so they don't have to stress too hard. Getting the qualifier is at least something. It's going to be funny if Joda can make it to the final, to either final.
I would love to see Joda in the final with the Dream Camper. I would love that.
The thing is, you also kind of don't want to see that because that makes a mockery of your league. People are gonna start thinking, well, maybe the league's not that competitive if someone's making it in a Dream Camper.
Honestly, I think some people already have that sentiment, and I think they would be surprised with
Well,
some of
I
us. But
I would see it the other way around. If someone can win in a dream camper, like it doesn't has to devalue or make everyone else look bad. It makes Jota look even better.
I mean, that's
You
not going to
know?
happen in
It's true.
Acceleron.
Acceleron, dude. We talking PC. PC's full of sweats. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And like,
you know,
I would
lots of
hate
people.
for Joda's
Yeah.
qualifying to the finale to make those naysayers, like, to give them more reason to continue.
We'll point out
But
that one of
again,
the best cars in Xbox is a toilet.
It's a
yeah,
good
right on.
car.
It's
It
really good
it
car,
is
yeah.
surprisingly good, I will say.
It is good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the hard thing is the handling, and that's it.
We'll jump over to Acceleron. Let's have a look at points and all that sort of stuff. There's not many points left for the season, if I'm not mistaken. There's only 2 races left. So that's what? 56 points, I think? Yeah, 56 available points. So at this point, Bone Shaker Bashes are almost completely eliminated. BHR just needs to score 15 points over the next 2 races or something like that. Something around those lines.
We go for it. We are still scared. We're
Everyone
never
is still
letting the
scared.
guard down.
If you look at all the positionings from first to fifth, everyone is at striking distance.
Yeah.
Rally Monsters and BHR is like 17 points. No, 16 points. Riptide and Blackheart is what was it
18,
again?
actually.
It was
18,
16
yeah.
too. See,
Yeah.
Riptide and Edo is 15 points, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Edo and Wild Riders is also 15 points. It's like 15, 15, 16, 16. So everything can change in the top 5. But Bone Shakers with 31 points, they're out. They're definitely out. Like you have to get max points. That's 28.
They have to get
even with
first,
20,
second.
yeah. And
Twice.
even then they're still 6th. Even then they're still 6th if they get 28 points.
If they get 28 points and Rally Monsters and BHR finish in the bottom 4 every race, then BSB has a chance at 4th.
Yeah, but when is that going to happen? Not in this universe.
And like we've already seen the next 2 tracks. So we've got their track. So their home track, they have a shot. Because they've got that home track advantage. The downside is immediately after that is Infinitrack, and BSB has 1 vehicle that is competent on that track. Every other one of their cars is not going to do well on that track. It's just they're already dead just by that track being one of their hurdles. Like Dan Mirison, if he wins it, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be super happy for him to win that, but I don't foresee anyone else on BSB getting in the top 6.
Yeah.
I won't let the guard down. I'm just scared about every miracle that could happen.
All right. We will discuss just last week's race. Oh, well, the points are good. I just want to do a quick talk about last week's race. A lot of people are unhappy about the track. Obviously, if we cut to Dead Mirison for a second, he'll tell us what he liked about the track. He was a big fan of it.
Hello. Yes, I indeed do love this track, and there are several reasons. Firstly, I really like how it looks. Secondly, I spent a lot of time on it in trainings with my friends. It was really enjoyable time. Third reason is, this track feels so enjoyable, so fluid. But you need to firstly figure out the right racing lines. Yes, this track favors 3 boost cars more than 2 boost, and you can't possibly catch up to people like Power Pipes, but still. This is one of the most amazing tracks I ever raced in this league. I am not joking. Yes, some respawns are cursed, like the one where Brett died. That was kinda messed up. By the race day, I was doing great times on this track, 157 even. But in the actual race, I did a lot of stupid mistakes, and yeah, it happens. It's okay. Anyway, back to the podcast. I still need to edit a shit ton of time.
But then the majority of people were not big fans of it, and I think this is just a sign that we need to change the rules. Not change the rules, but we need to be harsher on the rules next season. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is next season we do need to be a little more strict on the rules, because this track had to be edited quite a few times just to get to the state it was in. And even then, like, some of those changes were not for the better, despite the fact that it was trying to.
Yeah,
it was just trying to fix
it
issues.
felt
Yeah.
like a whole overhaul would have been needed for it to
exactly
really solve very tough situations that couldn't be fixed by just a little edit.
Yeah, exactly. So there'd be a major issue, and instead of a major patch or a major edit to fix it, it was just a little thing here and there to try and fix something that you couldn't put a band-aid over these issues. But that's pretty much all there is to say about it. And like it was obviously a shake-up. We got Dead in 11th. We've got Soul in 9th. That's a huge shake-up there. Although these are all like, look at these drivers, man. Like, what do you expect out of these people? Like, I expect Dan Marison to beat Dandoob, but like, other than that, that's 10 drivers there that could finish in any order, and I'd never be surprised.
Look, I died because of this very, very bad mech jump, which is not aligned with the ramp.
Yeah.
I was 10th place. I was behind Dandoob because of my respawn. And the first thing that came into my mind is, I am not going to finish behind Dandoob. Not going to happen. So, dude, I was going Ultra Instinct after that, but that's all you can do. Just one position. Great.
Yeah.
Because the respawn word was, 20 seconds respawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the
The
beginning,
respawns are rough. The respawns are rough. No, it's not the beginning. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
every jump.
Yeah.
Every off-road section. Like,
especially that the huge jump where you come down from the top of the track to the ramp to the like half pipe. That is such a long fall, and and it's so easy to miss. You miss the track, or you go over the checkpoint because you boosted at the wrong time. There's just
or not even miss, but just fall and do a barrel roll depending on the vehicle.
And
not
then you've got to do the jump again.
You have to do the jump again with one less boost because you respawn with only one boost, Pip. Then you still can miss the checkpoint in the half pipe. So let's say you do a respawn and you miss the checkpoint, you still you respawn back on the fucking starting line again.
Yeah. I did notice that big jump from the top to the half pipe at like halfway through the race. Joda was cutting that so fine with how close he was getting to the checkpoint. Every single time I've watched him go off that jump, I was like, oh god, he's gonna miss. He's gonna hit the checkpoint or go over it. And every time he lands it so close, it was crazy.
You know why it looks like you miss it? Because the jump is also misaligned with the landing. So the camera, like the point of view you have on your car and on the track, it's not aligned. So it's it's like a guessing game. It's like,
right?
It's like a guessing game. Is it like, am I going to land? Am I going to be out of the track? So it's not good.
If you come up on that jump and you've not saved a boost for it, you just might as well respawn, honestly.
Exactly.
Okay, next week we are on Nitro. No, not Nitro Jamboree. Prepare to bash.
Prepare to bash.
All right, let's look at Wild Riders first. Anyone got inside information? Do we know who's going on the track?
Inside information only about one person. Monk. It's
Yep,
Mugaros.
I was gonna say Mog had a very good time
Yep.
up on the track at one point.
But the second person could be Ty Flies By. He is having good times with his what is he driving again? It was a Corvette.
Corvette, yeah. Corvette's good. I hear it's really
He's
big
been
in
grinding
PlayStation.
it. So I think it's a Mog and Ty combo.
Okay, that sounds good. Look, these guys realistically don't have to do a lot. Obviously, if they want their invite, they've got to win for that. But as a team, they've just got to consistently finish. They just got to finish like top 6 every race, and they're fine.
Yeah.
Very chilling.
Or even a win or two will secure it anyway. So these guys can kind of relax a bit. They don't have to go too hard. They don't have to overtrain and drain themselves out. I think they should use this week as a bit of a calm down week, or just make sure that whoever they're putting in here, they're not putting in Infinitrack. Because Infinitrack is exhausting, and if you come into it exhausted from training for the previous track, you're just going to have a bad time.
I mean,
Oh boy.
Wild Raiders are amazing how they came on season
Yeah.
3, went first without issue. Now they are still first. It's insane how it's the most recent team that has been so solid and established on the top teams that way.
Yeah.
They are just.
It looks like they might be our first winner for 2 seasons. Like so far, no team has won twice. But that's arguable because basically everyone that won on drones was the winner on Syndicate, so it was basically the same team. All the top drivers from drones moved to Syndicate, so they won that second season.
Yeah, but still, it's a different banner.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it is.
Wild Riders getting 2 victories in
2 in a row is huge. Yeah.
And with different
they're
drivers, they change a lot.
They did.
roster.
I think they only kept 3 drivers.
Yeah, but it's insane.
But they have access, like through the Masters League, they have access to like 14, 15 like drivers of this caliber. So
it's good drivers all around. Fun to drive against.
all right, Syndicate. How many invites do these guys have? Like 3? Yeah, 3 invites already.
Yep.
Just like Wild Riders. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Who do we expect to see here for Prepare to Bash?
I heard about Akiro.
Akiro? I think.
But
So this is probably the first week we could speculate both races, right? So I think Akira is a pretty big fan of Infinitrack. He's raced it 2 times already in the league and done decently well. If they've got wait, never mind. They're going to be sending Animax and Mickey for Infinitrack. There's no better option than those 2 for that.
Okay.
So yeah, send in Akira here and maybe Garnables.
Really?
Or
Garnable
Kami?
was with was Garnable with Patrick or which one?
Yeah. Garnables was Patrick.
Yeah,
the reason I'm saying
vehicle is
Garnables
insane here.
The reason I'm saying that is purely because everyone else has like Kami, Mickey, and Kami, Power Pipes, and Animax already have invites, right? So they don't necessarily need them. The only reason to send in their best drivers right now is if they're trying to win the season, and at this point, that's very difficult to do. It just depends. Do they want more people in the finale, or do they want the season? What are they fighting for here?
I mean, it is the fight to what we were saying before, like the fight to see which team will be the one who wins 2 seasons.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's almost guaranteed that it's one of these 2. It's just so hard to get past Wild Riders right now. They're just so strong in points, but it is only like 15 or so. So they could send in, their strongest drivers.
Well, 15 points is just first place, and we are and Riptides is 15 points away from Syndicate. Everyone, again, is at striking distance to each other. So
Yeah. No, so they really could send in anyone. Akira is a decent pick here. He's just been doing really well his last few races. We've seen like 2 top 4s out of him, I think it was, over the last couple of weeks.
well,
Or
the
top
BMW
5s.
is
Yeah.
doing him good.
Yeah.
It's a good car,
So,
especially in Prepare to Bash,
yeah.
the
So,
spiral section.
Yeah.
maybe do send in a strong driver here. Go for the win. I think it just looks scary looking at the points difference, and it looks like it's over and Wild Riders won, but there's still plenty of opportunity. Especially if you're putting in your strong drivers. Like Kami is insane in that Donatello. And Power Pipes proved last week that he's just a cracked driver too. Like that was wild. He was like before this race, before like last race, I didn't expect to see a win out of him. But then when we saw those lap times, it was, yeah, as you said, everyone was convinced. Okay, Power Pipes has got this.
Yeah.
It was
For sure, like even
everyone was
Norton
fighting
was
for
scared
second.
about asking him because Norton asked him to test the track.
Yeah.
And my God, if he tested the track, he was even scared. Norton was like, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
Yeah, that was a
You've
race for
created a
second.
monster.
That was a race for second place.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Riptide. Who are you guys sending in?
To be honest, I have not decided yet because everyone is doing such a good job. Like Swole, Jumpy, Jozo, Miku, but Miku's not going to race. Miku is going to be on Xbox. But everyone is getting good times, also good podium finishes, first places in all the trainings with others. So yeah, I really don't know who am I going to send. So it's going to be a huge surprise for everybody and for myself as well. It's hard to decide, to be honest. It's really hard. Like everyone, Jerzo's really on fire. Swole is on fire. Everyone has the motivation. Jumpy also. Everyone has the motivation to go in. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And for me, it's really hard to decide because everyone is around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have seen in Prepare to Bash, if you do not die, you have good positionings, and if you die, your positionings are somewhere in the middle or in the end. So yeah, it's also another track where dying is going to end one's career on that track.
Yeah. Especially if you die on the little upside down magnet section, get that reset there.
The upside down magnet section, yeah, that jump is really scary.
It's
I
scary.
have trouble pulling it off.
Yeah.
That's the only section which I'm dreading, but I'm not racing.
I'm going to be really upset if someone gets stuck on that upside down magnet bit from the...
I did in a practice race.
The Mustang
Stuck there.
challenge.
Oh, you mean that one?
Yeah.
But that's not the one. That's not the one that I was talking about.
No, I was talking about that one because it is possible to get stuck there. It's possible to reset and get spawned upside down there. And
I know
that's
what
it.
you're
Your
talking
race
about,
is over.
and I got stuck there in a practice race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your race is over. Getting out of that is so hard. Oh, you can.
You can't do it.
You can.
You have to have a lot of boost. And I'm in a 2-pip 24 hours. I tried desperately and could not escape.
Yeah.
You have to hit the wall and
you have to bounce off
car.
the wall. Yeah. Joda did it first try, which was insane. He only lost like 15 seconds in the Mustang of all things.
Wow.
Hey, Mustang is not a bad car. You talk like it's a shitty car.
It's not a top tier car. I'm sorry. We have this man's driving a Jesco and he's like, man, I wish I was in the Mustang.
Oh my god. Look, if the GT Mustang is free for Season 5 to take, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, you could show me how hard it is to beat Dan Doob in that fucking thing.
Have you seen my times in the Mustang when I posted some? Like my times were on par with every other car or even better on some tracks. And I remember you were like, oh my god, Soul is training to be a sub driver or something. Something like that you did say.
I'm sorry, but like, simply put, the Mustang has had the most representation of any car in the Acceleron League, and it has never made podium.
It's an
I
extremely
mean, people
mid car.
don't get to drive a lot in the Mustang too.
I will
So
change this.
it's just
It can,
practicing. It's just practicing.
it can podium.
I'm keen to see it. All right.
Uh,
BHR, Ivan, who is racing?
Well, I think we have an obvious answer to that because one driver out of this has only driven on one track, who was Maurice.
Okay.
So I can say Maurice is definitely racing either this or Infinite Track,
Yep.
and I'm pretty sure he wants to drive this one. And I hope it is with Edward
Cool,
because well, Truck Manga is just insane on this track.
Yep.
I'm on the backup though, in case something goes wrong.
Cool. It's all right. When you're around, something usually does.
Yeah, I still don't feel confident. I mean, I've been driving on Bash a lot, even if I don't race on it. I've been enjoying it. It's just that I don't feel like Chun-Li is as hard of a contender as other tracks like Track Manga or better handling vehicles,
Well,
because there are some sections where
while I've
I
got
can
you here,
get.
who's going to be racing Infinitrack? Do you know yet?
The platonic idea is to get to round 2 and have me and Shuey. That's just the dream.
Yeah.
Like to have a round 2 of season 3, and you know that way maybe Shuey is more likely to race and have fun.
Yep.
Mm.
And like,
So yeah, that's our
you
idea.
won last season, right? On this track, on Infinitrack.
Yeah, with the Rocket Fire, that was very fun, and I love Infinite Track because it's one, if not the best recovery track we have right now. It's the only one where, I mean, I died at the beginning, and then I died like in second lap, and I was 12, and I still managed to get first. So and like with Chun-Li, I was willing to have one track like Infinite Track on the season. So I remember at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh my god, I have Chun-Li. I want Infinite Track to be on the schedule, and I didn't expect it to be. So I'm pretty hyped about it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are. People are very happy with this track. So I did actually forget to ask you, do you guys have anything planned for Infinitrack? You don't really have this phrase planned, so I don't know if you do. Good chat, Sol.
The what?
He's gone.
Unfortunate.
All right. We have Rally Monsters. I haven't updated this to say, Dan, just add in a little thing at the bottom here that just says bread. Overseas. We'll do that in post.
Yeah.
So, Brett, do you have any idea who's racing for Prepare to Bash?
So Prepare to Bash is going to be me and Natter.
Okay, cool.
Out of basically necessity at this point.
Yeah, okay. Those are good drivers. Rally monsters are going to make good points.
Yeah, well, they want them, man. They're getting eliminated if they don't do well.
Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. So
To survive. Drive to survive.
And then
Souls reappeared out of the abyss.
we talk to Sol, he ignores us. We talk to Brad. Hey, Sol's in.
Sorry.
Oh man.
I just did Ivan have his thing.
It's weird, right? So putting Nader in here seems a bit the man needs a break. Give him a week off. He has raced like every week. I swear he's had like 2 weeks off all season. And at the same time, I want to say he's your best driver for exactly Infinitrack. Like, he's the best candidate
Right.
for
Mhm.
Infinitrack for that
Wait
team.
until you
Is
hear
it-
about who's racing for Infinitrack.
Is it you and Nader again?
It is me and Nader again.
Oh my god, who would have guessed?
Yeah,
Oh
when you
god.
said during the Wild Riders thing, like, oh man, it'd be crazy to have someone race this track and then Infinitrack 1 week later, and I
Yeah.
chuckled and said, oh no, because that's literally what we have to do.
Like,
Yeah.
this
man.
track, Infinitrack, is so exhausting, and that's why I always have it at the end of the season, is because drivers are already drained and exhausted from racing all season. You don't want to come into this one already tired, because you will be tired by the end of it. Okay? It's a long track, and it is a lot of wiggling, a lot of just focus, because you've got to... You can't make mistakes for 15 minutes? Good luck.
Yeah, but the question is Nader really tired? I don't think Nader is tired. I think he's bloodthirsty.
He is bloodthirsty, but he's also tired. All right. The reason we got Bread racing for their team is because the guy sent me a message. He's like, "Can we please get someone else, because it's just me and RJ at the moment?" And he sent me the "I'm so tired, boss" meme.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, the results of the last Hurrah is kind of tragic, because we're hoping that this week would be Natter's break before Infinitrack.
Yeah. But then, because of that
Circumstances,
lower result, I get it.
I don't. In order to save Rally Monsters, we don't have much choice. We can't really throw a monster track monster truck onto either of these last two tracks. It's just doesn't suit them at all.
I absolutely get it. A monster truck going into these tracks
is kind of where we are at this point.
Just too dangerous. It's you guys need the points too badly, and at this point, it's either lose the team or lose what's left of poor Nader's sanity.
Yeah, I think
this man
will be
is
sacrificing his sanity.
I feel like as much as he wants the invite,
price to pay.
As much as he wants the invite, he's gonna hate getting the invite, because that means he's got to keep trading for another 2 weeks. Like, at least if he doesn't...
me either, because I have an Xbox finale I have to look at as soon as we finish Infinitrack.
Yeah. So if he doesn't get the invite, obviously he can breathe that sigh of relief to be like, it's fine, I can take some time off. But he's got Rocket Fire, so isn't that like one of the best possible cars to have for Infinitrack?
Not only Infinitrack, but also Prepare to Bash, because it has good handling, good grip, 3 boosts, and on Infinitrack, because of the 3 boosts and the good wiggling you can do, good straight line speed. So it's good for both tracks.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a no-brainer to send him in both of it.
It is, but like, man, can the guy rest?
Well,
it is a no-brainer, because his brain is gonna get all burned.
Like, how many races in a row has this poor man raced this last couple weeks?
There's one sentence: only in death does duty end. So you know.
He's the milking cow, man. Oh my god.
I'm just having a quick squeeze at these lists. He has done 7 races already this season. He's had 3 weeks off all season.
I think I am similar, actually. If you count all the leagues I've been in, I think it's about where I'm at.
In console, you have mandatory weeks off, right? For the first few weeks, every second week you had off.
Let me think. So, I didn't race. We had a week off for week 2. I didn't race. So I think it is literally, I guess it would be 4.
Yeah.
I had 4 weeks off.
Yeah.
So I didn't race the second race, and then there was no events for 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And then week 6. So I guess of 1 extra week of rest, but it was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, the big 3 in a row was a bit of a shake up for the console guys because they're used to having a week off every week. And
I was all about it though. I loved it.
Yeah, a lot of you guys were like, "Oh, why are we not racing this week? This is weird." Get real hyped up on. Holy crap! I'm just looking through like the standings for the last few weeks, and just trying to see when Nader last had a week off. I think it was race 4 was his last week off.
Oh my! Damn.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 5 in a row plus 2 more coming. Oh man! But he's podiumed almost every one of those races too. Like he's gotten like 3 or 4 second places.
Grind set.
Yeah. No, I think he has a really good shot at getting an invite out of these 2 tracks. And then I'm trying to think of who else. I feel like Joda, right? It's got to be Joda. Is our other.
Jota.
Or Mickey.
Huh.
Like obviously Mickey's a big contender for Infinitrack. Like that is like his track. Man.
Yeah. Not sure about Jota. The Quadro is not good at straight line speed.
I didn't say necessarily he was going to win on Infinitrack. He might win tomorrow.
Prepare to bash, I see. Oh, so it's not Edward and Maurice.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Jody, your season's over. All right. We're looking at this. Also, if we have a quick squeeze, BSB, it's just going to be Dandube. It's what Dandube and FX that are going to be racing this one. I can't see anyone else.
Maybe Jarl had a very good lap on the
actually,
track for a little while there.
Yeah,
Dandube. So if they have any chance of finding their way to next season, I imagine it'll probably be Aphex and Jarl.
Yeah.
We know Dan is going to play with the console guys.
Yeah.
So
so looking at this, our potential winners for tomorrow's race, or whenever it is, it's coming up real soon. We got Nader is a major contender. And then we don't even know who's going in for Riptide. But I'd say out of it. Soul and Jumpy are contenders for this.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the guys that Wild Riders are looking at are probably not the big winners of their team. Like they've got 3 major winners in their team. But they're not the ones that's like, obviously they're not sending in Alpha or Kairos, so it's going to be not as guaranteed. Like if you send in Alpha, I'd probably put my money on her, but she's not racing. Same with Syndicate. If you're not sending in Kami or Power Pipes or Animax, I don't foresee the team just winning without those 3 drivers, like first place. And even then, if any of those win, it's just getting passed down anyway. Soul obviously can't get it, so it's seriously, I think this is just, it's got to be Nader's race, right? It's Nader or Jumpy. No one else is entering the race and doesn't have an invite already that is as big a contender as those 2.
About the Riptides, we do have Star in the qualifier finals. We have Jumpy in the Jumpy in the qualifier finals.
Yeah, but that's for street.
Also, yeah, I know. I just want to add to that, you know.
And I did say Jumpy. Jumpy it was Jumpy or Nader. I think is going to win this.
Jumpy, not Joza. Don't you think Joza has a good chance?
I think Jumpy's better out of the 2. Jumpy's been doing so good this season. Have we not seen this consistently?
He has been doing good.
Didn't he do extremely well on Riptide Slide?
Oh, yeah, he did.
2nd or 3rd, I forget which. One of the 2.
Yeah, he did very good on it.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely got a good shot. Yeah. He's got a very good shot at Riptide Slide. At Prepare to Bash, as does Nader, obviously. And then if we go on to next week, and I wanted to make predictions now, looking at BSB, I don't foresee any of them winning it. Den's good. I don't think Flash is winning that track. Nader, huge chance here, huge chance. Even Brett's car is good for the track.
Yep.
Ivan is a huge contender. I really want to see him do it. Is the cheetah good for straight
I
lines?
haven't tried the wiggle thing, and I don't know about the top speed, but those 4 boosts are pretty good.
Don't worry. He's going to do fine as a cheetah when we are talking about Infinite Track, right?
Yeah.
Cheetah's one main weakness or 2 weaknesses are his tail, so it can be lifted off like a Formula Flashback or the Flash itself.
Yeah.
The second weakness on Cheetah is stiff handling, but we're on Infinite Track, so you don't have those super crazy, super technical turns, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey is another major contender for this one to get the invite. And I'd say Mog. Does Mog have an invite yet? I forget.
I'm not sure if he's going to race Infinite Track.
Just trying to...
Wild Riders are going to be wild cards on it because I don't know who they are going to send in that.
Yeah.
They could send pretty much everyone, so, you know.
I think Mog has a good shot just with the extra boost pips on Power Rocket.
Yeah.
And that's, this is just talking about who's going to get the invite, not necessarily who's going to win. Like, once we cross off the, 10 to 11 drivers, or 10 drivers that have already got their invites, it starts to become very easy to determine who's left that's going to get it. And I think we've got Mog, Mickey, maybe Akiro, maybe Jumpy. I don't even remember what Jerzo's driving. What is Jerzo driving?
Jerzo's in a synchro, and he has been doing really good with it.
I don't know about synchro on Infinite Track.
Oh yeah, that was Gambler, right?
Yeah. And then Ivan, and I feel like it's just...
And yeah, I mean, it's just the dream that Shubi wants to be in there, but we still cannot tell. We just know 100% I want to be there, but
obviously it's going to matter to how Prepare to Bash goes, right? If you guys are desperate for the points, then having someone doubting himself like Shubi has been might not be the best. At that point, you just take whoever gets the best lap times. Whoever's getting the best time trial lap times is who you put in at that point, regardless of who wants it. Because if you guys are desperate for the points, so obviously how well your drivers do on Prepare to Bash determines who gets to drive for Infinite Track. And then,
for sure,
again, Nader, major contender. So I see Infinite Track invite going to either Nader, Ivan, Jumpy, or Mickey, or Bog.
If we don't die, any of us.
Anything else anyone wants to add for Prepare to Bash or even Infinite Track?
I've not even driven Infinite Track yet.
I wanted to add, I'm actually betting for Jarl on Bash in case he goes in. I think he
can't get the invite though.
Yeah, but I think he can win, though.
I mean, it'd be cool to see him win, because that'd be our second double winner of the season. But yeah, I just, at this point, it's going to take a lot of winning from that team to be able to save.
And well, also I want to see Edward got an invite. I want to see him get it.
Edward's been really picking up his game, same as
yes, and on practice, I didn't race with Edward before.
Yeah.
And I was so surprised about his practice. He's even better on practice than the results on the actual races. So imagine, I think if he gets a good chance, he can surprise us all on Bash.
It might be good to see him on Bash if he's in. But it's just a matter of who gets sent in, obviously. Hopefully he's there. But yeah, I think that's
hopefully
about everything for today, unless I'm missing something. People sign up for the card game tournament. The tournament's after this, right? After this race? Or after this video is. Yeah, sign up for the card game tournament because it's on sale. The sale's probably ended by the time this video comes out. Just join, right? Get tabletops in. It's good. Card game tournament, super fun. We will see you all next week, and also this weekend for the races.
Oh yeah.
Toodaloo, everyone.
Oh yeah.
See ya. Riptide!
There we go. Thank you.
Did it get it? Did it get it?
I hope.
I haven't stopped recording yet, so yes, I did.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Red Redemption arc. Red Redemption arc.
I waited for it.
Perfect.
If you didn't say it like 10 minutes ago, I was gonna tell you. Like,
I had to. The
come on, say it. Man.
last time Sol was
I
on, I
love-
had to tell him to say it.
Hey, look, he had to tell me in the end, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" Yeah, yes. I also lost my cue on the first time he said Riptide. Oh yeah, let's go. Who is going to be on Riptide? And I was like, not paying much attention. I'm like, no, I lost my cue. Oh no.
Yeah,
So
so
I've made it
goodbye
up.
from the four of us, and obviously a goodbye from Denmirison, who will add some
Goodbye.
content to this. Toodaloo.
Farewell, everyone.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Goodbye, my friends. I hope you liked my work, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!